Okay, let's get started.
Let's get started.
Yeah.
So first of all, Magic Cream, I think, still gonna be one of my favorite moisturizers to use.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you do makeup.
Yeah, I love the Magic
Because
Cream.
it's so hydrating and instantly change your skin texture. I don't know, I haven't found a moisturizer that does the same effect.
Yeah, no, it's amazing as a base for the makeup too, as a starting point. It's really nice. Love the Magic Cream. Gives you the instant glow.
Yeah. And it feels heavier, but it's not as heavier. It's a little bit lightweight in a way on the skin, so it's not too... I love this product from Mercier. It's called Secret Finish.
Ah, yeah?
Yeah, I always like to add a little bit.
Is it more like a primer?
It's kind of like a primer. It's great if you take pictures.
Yeah.
It like bounces the light a little bit. So especially like T-zone is quite good.
Yeah. And that was this Laura Mercier.
It's called Laura Mercier's Secret.
Oh, Secret Finish.
I think they still do it.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
they change.
Yes.
Yeah, they change quite a lot of the products.
They do.
But I think they still do it.
Yeah.
And then I'm just gonna apply a little bit of Light Wonder.
Light Wonder.
So we have more like an even base, but it's not heavy, it's more like natural and quite sheer. Kind of like to start from the T-zone.
Yeah.
And then you kind of blend into your natural skin color. You don't need to apply foundation everywhere, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be like a mask.
Yeah. Just apply where you need to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always find like T-zone is the most important because normally people are more red.
Mm-hmm.
They have a little bit more rosacea or
Yeah.
discoloration around the T-zone, and then it goes quite clear.
Yeah. And you can apply the foundation with your fingers, but also a brush as well and a sponge.
Yeah, so I do a little bit of brush first, and then I tap with my fingers a little bit at the end.
Okay.
If there's need. So just a little bit. Especially this one you can use a little bit under the eyes.
Yeah.
So it keeps quite hydrated. I don't really like to use eye cream when I do makeup.
Oh, okay.
Personally.
Yeah.
Only because I find sometimes makeup slides.
Right, okay.
I think for me, I think if you use the eye cream during the night, it's more like a treatment.
Yeah.
And then you shouldn't have. I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
not so keen on eye creams.
I don't actually wear the eye cream. Like, I don't put it on as well, eye cream before makeup. I go straight in with the...
Because I try, and then sometimes it feels a little bit
yeah.
almost like everything slides down.
Mm.
So I prefer not to use. And then I'm gonna go straight with the retoucher. So it's a little bit under the eyes. You actually don't need a lot. I like the sides of the nose, is quite good.
Yeah.
Underneath the mouth, a little bit on the forehead.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess a lot of people like to brighten a little bit.
Yeah.
The bridge of the nose.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just dab with my finger. I think that's the best way to apply concealer. Like if you rub too much under the eye, you're like stretching the skin. So easier like that. And you just dab it.
Yeah.
And this is one of my favorite products.
Mm. It's amazing.
It's
Feels great
incredible.
on. So brightening.
Yeah. It does everything it should do.
If there was, is there anything similar to it, to the Retoucher, you would think? Like a...
I guess the NARS one.
Yeah. The Radiant Creamy.
The Radiant Creamy is quite similar.
The
I
NARS.
think it goes a little bit more matte.
Yeah.
I think so. But it's kind of like similar texture.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's an instant, so brightening.
Yeah, it just
Beautiful.
brightens. Sometimes I like to brighten a little bit on the eyes, but at the end, after the makeup is done, I like to wait until everything is...
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to do everything at once.
Yeah.
Sometimes you put a little bit here, then you go a little bit. If you make the face too paler straight away, then it can look quite ghosty.
Yeah.
Then you have to add more products. So I think that's quite good. And then I don't think I need to use any more of that. And I put a little bit as a base into the eyelid.
Okay.
And I think when you do makeup, it's nice to use your fingers.
Yeah.
Quite a lot. No?
Yeah, I agree. It helps with blending in the product and, creating like almost a second skin.
Even sometimes when you do eyeshadow. Sometimes if I don't really have a lot of time, I just apply it straight with my finger.
Yeah.
And then I just use a blender brush to like blend a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It just makes it quicker.
Yeah. Especially if you're working with creams as well. Yeah.
Good. And then I put just a tiny bit of powder.
Set with powder.
And I don't like to powder the face.
Okay.
Only at the end, yeah.
Okay.
If needed.
Yeah, because you allow for it to sort of settle.
Yeah, because you need the foundation and the concealer to like settle into
Yeah.
the skin. I think sometimes when you put powder straight away, then after you finish the makeup, it goes a little bit crepey.
Yeah.
And I think it's good to wait so the skin can relax, hydrate a little bit. And then by the time you finish, then you might not need to use a lot of powder, to be honest.
Yeah. You can powder where you need to.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I'm gonna start.
So you're using
I'm gonna use Walk of Shame
The
from
Walk of Shame.
Charlotte Tilbury.
Yeah.
Because it's one of the new products they have.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna start by using the enhanced shade number 2. A little bit, actually I'm gonna go with my finger. I think this is a little bit into the eyelid. Just to build up. And the texture is so creamy that it feels quite emollient in a way, so it's easier to just apply with your fingers. And sometimes it's good makeup not to be too perfect. No? A little bit lived in.
Lived in, exactly. Not too done.
Otherwise too perfect. And then I just blend a little bit.
Wow. Pretty.
It's pretty color.
Mm.
Yeah, it's a really nice color. I think it's great for summer.
Yeah, it's nice and bright color.
It's almost like a burnt orange. It's quite nice.
So dab on with fingers and then blend out to soften.
It's nice so you soften a little bit.
Yeah.
And I tend to use mainly just blending brushes
Yeah.
to apply. Only when I go close to the lash line, maybe I use like a flat brush.
Yeah.
Or like a smudge brush.
And what are your favorite blending brushes? You got the Charlotte Tilbury one there.
So I have the Charlotte Tilbury one. I have one from Sephora.
Sephora do good brushes, yeah.
Sephora do good. This is Crayola.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, love
Crayola.
Crayola. I think they're really nice also. Because they're quite firm.
Yeah.
So they hold the product really well, especially when you go close to the lash line. I think they're quite good for that. I like to use a lot of art brushes also for makeup.
Yeah. Yeah, like artist brushes.
Yeah.
Proper.
Because they have a different texture, the way they apply the product.
Right.
Sometimes a bit softer. And then let's add a little bit underneath.
That's such a gorgeous color.
It's
And that's just the
beautiful
one color we've
yeah.
been using.
And look up. So this one is just the enhanced shade, the shade
Yeah.
number 2. And then I'm gonna darken a little bit. And the smoke shade is almost like this, what do you call, like a burgundy.
Yeah, it's like a burgundy
reddish.
reddish.
It's quite pretty also. I'm gonna add a little bit just to smoke a tiny bit. And then I'm just gonna use a liner. I don't know, I guess you could do the classic going into the crease and wing it out a little bit, but I don't know, sometimes it's quite nice to keep it simple.
Yeah. And I love using eyeshadows as liners, like eyeliners, to soften the soften the look a little bit rather than going in.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes it's nice to be a little bit softer. If
Yeah.
you're not too dressed up.
Exactly.
But then your makeup looks a little bit more glamorized. So I think, I don't know, you have to adapt a little bit into. And that's the fun with makeup.
Oh yeah.
It shouldn't be the same, right?
Exactly.
You change
Change
clothes. So
Yeah.
you kind of
Change
change
the
your
makeup.
as well. Otherwise, you have the
I
same
know.
makeup, different outfit.
I need to be a bit more creative.
No.
I usually do the same look every day. Should try and inject a bit more.
No, you should try and inject a
Colour.
little bit of color, something
Yeah.
a bit different. Like I as a makeup artist, I'm not a liner person. Personally,
Okay.
I find it a little bit dated.
Yes. Okay.
It can
That's good. I kind of am happy to hear that because I'm like, yes.
It can look really nice. I think if you do like a red lip and you
Yeah.
do like a classic look, I think it's quite pretty.
Yeah.
But sometimes there's so many products out there that you
Yeah.
can create other looks without having that heavy.
Mm.
I don't know, I find sometimes people make this beautiful smoky eye
Yeah.
and then they go with a black liner and they just kill it.
Yeah.
No, because
And
that's
then
the only thing.
overtakes
Yeah. And some people look really great because of the eye shape.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's for everyone,
Yeah.
personally. Makeup should be fun.
Yes, I agree
Build
totally.
up a little bit.
It's about experimenting
No.
and having fun, yeah, for sure.
And then before I do anything, I'm gonna use a little bit of gold from Kiko.
Yeah.
I think it's 208.
208 eyeshadow from Kiko, nice.
And then I'm just gonna apply a little bit into the inner corner of the eye, just to brighten a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a bit like a gold. It's like a soft. It's a beautiful highlighter also.
So yeah, you could use it as a
Yeah,
highlighter
it's a
as well.
highlighter.
Yeah.
It's nice.
I love doing this in the inner corner because it just opens up the eye when you put in like a one shadow. It's so pretty.
And I one of the things I like about this color is like not too white,
Yeah.
so it doesn't give you that impact straight away. If you
Right.
look up for me, but when you're up close, you can see that's a little bit brightened.
Yeah.
I don't know, I like to do more beauty makeup,
Yeah.
like things that's slightly more wearable
Yes. Yeah.
for every woman.
Yeah.
I think it's different. Obviously, when you do Instagram, you can go a little bit heavier, but I think it's nice sometimes to show things that's slightly more wearable. I think,
Yeah.
you know?
More wearable makeup looks for every day.
Wearable, the right word?
Yeah.
I'm not very good with words.
No.
I tend to get lost a little bit
Yeah.
sometimes, but I'm just gonna brighten a little bit underneath here.
Yeah. We're just going in with some concealer there. Yeah.
Yeah, so I have this little palette
Okay.
that has some colors inside.
So blending
then
in
I
some
can mix,
colours,
yeah.
Doing a bit of cocktailing of concealers.
Because I think you
Yeah.
have to, yeah. Sometimes when you use just one color, it goes a little bit flat.
I always is it best to like conceal first and then like brighten on top? Of
Yeah,
the,
I would brighten all this at the end a little bit.
Yeah.
I think it's better. And then
I love this color. This eyeshadow color is so nice.
so I'm gonna use Sophia. This is also a Charlotte pencil. It's a classic pencil.
Yeah. And it's like the more powdered pencil,
Yeah,
isn't
this
it?
is more like a powder-based pencil.
Powder-based pencil, yeah.
So you can smudge a little bit. It's easy to smudge, but it stays on really well. And I'm just gonna go quite close into the last line. And then I'm just gonna smudge with the blender brush a little bit the edges, just to soften a little bit. So it kind of goes a little bit smoky around the lash line.
Yeah, what a difference that makes.
Sometimes I always like to scribble on my hand a little bit, and then just use
okay.
the brush, and then go over.
Oh, that's a good tip.
So you can kind of build up a little bit
Yeah.
on top like an eyeshadow, but it's a bit softer.
Yeah, I like that. That's good.
I'm just gonna do like in a lash line. I'm not gonna do on a waterline, so it's a little bit softer. But I guess you could also go
if
into
you wanted
the waterline. If you
yeah.
want a little bit more like a heavier and smokier look,
Yeah.
you could go into the waterline. But I think this is nice because it just makes the eye a little bit sultry.
Yeah.
Without being too overdone.
Yeah, it's just taken the eye look to another level.
Yeah, just smoky. And then I also like to use the Estée Lauder. I think they're like a waterproof. I just like to go into the lash line. So it's almost like building up the darkness close to the lash line and then like softens out.
Yeah.
So it's not too dark. And then if you look underneath a little bit. Closing it.
And was that like another sort of chocolatey brown? Was it a brown?
I think it's called Coffee.
Coffee by Estée
Number
Lauder.
2 by Estée Lauder. They do really nice pencils also.
Yeah. They're very long wearing, aren't they?
Very long wearing.
Yeah.
I think for the lash line is great.
Yeah.
Because then you don't have to worry. I think when you do makeup, it's good not to have to touch up very often.
Absolutely. Right? Other than just the lips.
Yeah. The rest should stay. Otherwise, you have to carry too many things with you around.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's nice to add products on top as a build-up to create that effect. So you don't have to worry.
Yeah. That's true.
And then I'm just gonna use a little bit of small.
Oh, it's the Charlotte Tilbury the kohl pencil.
Kohl pencil in black.
Yeah, in black. Yeah, I love the Charlotte kohl pencils because they're so you can like smoke them out.
Yeah, because they're like it's a little bit like a gel liner, but in a pencil form. So I just like to go super close to the lash line. And then I just build up. So it has this graduation from dark into a little bit lighter in color, so you don't have that straight away black line. It gives kind of that effect, but a little bit softer.
Yeah, so we use the powdered pencil first in Sophia, then the Estée Lauder.
And then the Charlotte and the kohl, they're like similar texture.
Yeah.
So they're like waterproof, so they will stay. So the other one will not smudge. You can go out party.
Yeah.
Dance all night.
Dancing, yeah.
And come home and they're quite good as a base also sometimes if you want to do like a smoky eye that's a little bit heavier.
Yeah.
you have to blend it quite quick because they set really quick, but it gives a really nice effect as a base
Yeah.
for other products. I don't know, I think for me as a makeup artist, I like to mix things. I cannot do makeup just with one thing.
Yes, you can. Yeah, you have to use different other things to get to create a look, which is cool. I like to put sort of cream eyeshadow as a base. I think it helps with like creating more of a pigment as well.
Yeah, and then you can build up the pigment a lot better.
Yeah.
And you always have that like dewiness.
Mm.
It's quite good, I think. Makes you look healthier.
Yeah. So going back into Walk of Shame
Yeah,
palette.
I'm gonna use the lighter color, and then I'm just gonna pop a little bit into the inner corner, almost quite close to the nose, just to brighten a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna use the same color I used first, the enhanced shade, just a little bit over. So the graduation of color is a little bit softer, so you don't really see.
Oh wow. It almost looks like the sunset. You know, the sunset has those different gradients of color.
And then I think on the eye, I'm not really gonna use the pop shade because I don't want it to be too glittery. But the pop shades are great. I quite like to use them sometimes on its own.
Yeah, on their own. Yeah,
with a nice
brilliant.
line, I think they look great.
Yeah, they do.
It's a bit softer. No, it depends on how you want to. I don't think your brows need a lot. You have great brows. But I'm gonna use a little bit of Naomi from Charlotte Tilbury, just to like fill in a little bit some of the gaps. And that's the thing with brows. Sometimes it's nice to just start on areas that you need to add a little bit more.
Yes, that's right. And
Then to just
draw them
a
in.
brow.
Yeah.
It's a little bit softer. I think sometimes can make people quite with the aggressive look.
Yeah.
No?
I like the sort of more natural brow.
Yeah,
Quite
it's pretty.
nice bushy brow.
Yeah, I like a Bambi brown.
Yes,
Like
that's it.
fluffy. And
Yes.
No?
That's what I should call it. Fluffy brow.
Fluffy brown.
Yeah.
I call the Bambi brown.
The Bambi brow.
Because they always like
Yeah.
fluffy and no?
I
Spicy a
do,
little
yes.
bit.
That's, I like that Bambi brow.
Like Bambi eyes. And brows, there was a makeup artist that when I first started, I used to say brows meant to be sisters, not twins.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
as long as you balance the right shape. Because you can spend hours doing brows. But then you
Yeah.
go out, you sweat, and the brow is gone. So it's nice to keep it simple.
Yeah. I mean, brows are, they're gonna shape the face. They're gonna frame the face.
Yeah, so brows like the, I always say brows like the frame.
Yeah.
It's like if you buy this beautiful painting,
Yeah.
but then you put any frame, it just doesn't look right.
Exactly.
So brows, I think, should frame the eyes.
Yeah.
But it's important. But I quite like some people look quite good without a
Mm,
defined brow.
that's true, actually.
Some people actually look really good without
Yeah.
a defined brow. And then other people, it looks quite good if you define a little bit more.
Yeah.
It depends on the look, I think,
Mm.
also. Because sometimes in editorial, you might bleach your brow or take it out to look a little bit more androgynous.
Yeah.
I won't say like on an everyday person you should do that, but it's quite nice sometimes to use like a mascara one
Mm-hmm.
to like soften the color a little bit.
Yeah.
I always find if you go with a heavy eye makeup, then it's nice to have a softer brow.
Or
So you
softer
have
brow.
you have just one focus
Yeah.
instead of having like 2-3 focus on the face.
Yeah, than having a full-on brow.
I think it makes
Statement
makeup look a
time.
little bit more modern
Yeah.
and less I don't know, let's trying to find the word. So you don't have like too many focus things. Is that comfortable?
Yeah.
This is my least favorite tool for makeup.
It's
It's
very
like a torture
scary.
machine. But they do help to open up the eyes a little bit. Is that comfortable?
Yeah.
It's not my. And I'm using the Shamuya one because I think they the best. I think Kevin O'Quan also do a really good one.
Yes, and I also love the Choice Up.
Ah,
That's a really good
I
one
need to
too.
try that one.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna use Full Fat Lash
Okay.
because this is one of my favorite mascaras. I have to say, from Charlotte Tilbury. I think that the brush is incredible. How it like softens and opens up the lashes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of my favorite mascaras as well.
And I like to build
Yeah.
up slow. Feel comfortable?
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna use a little bit of Hypnose from Lancome.
So we're gonna be layering mascara.
So I think that's sometimes what one mascara doesn't do everything.
Yeah.
So you need one to almost like brush it down and give a little bit of length, and then the other one to like hold them. And mascara is something that you can layer throughout the day and build up. And then if you look, and then add a little bit underneath. I find a lot of people forget to add mascara underneath. I know sometimes it runs,
Yeah.
you have that panda eye. But I think after you do it, if you roll like a Q-tip underneath the lash line, you almost like take the excess out. And you can run through a little bit of the lashes, so you don't really have that problem
Okay.
to go into
That's a good.
the skin.
That's good.
A lot of people use powder to stop, but I think that's the old technique that they used to use, but people used to bake the skin
Mm-hmm.
quite a lot.
Yeah.
Now, because you don't bake so much, you wear more creamy things, so they smudge a little bit more. So I find this kind of helps. So the mascara doesn't run down. And you just roll underneath a little bit. Down a little bit more.
It's good that you can go in again with the same, go in again with the mascara. Because sometimes I find certain mascaras, you can't really layer them.
Yeah, so that's the thing when you use waterproof mascara, That's the thing, they set.
Yeah.
And then it kind of breaks your lashes when you go over. And that's why, for me, full fat lashes are great mascara, because you can build up. It always has a little bit that glossiness effect.
Yeah.
And then you go, I'm gonna go, I think it's, yeah, Lancome Hypnose, because it's a waterproof.
Yeah.
And then it just helps to set. So it adds a little bit more effect. And sometimes you can just dab it quite close to the lash line. It depends on the effect you want.
Yeah.
And then if you look up, I'm gonna go a tiny bit. And I went straight to the eye. I didn't even contour anything. But I'm gonna do the after. I think there's lots of ways you can.
Do you always start with the eyes first?
Yeah, I like to see the eyes. Because once you do the eyes, I think you kind of balance a little bit the rest of the face. I think sometimes when you put too much on the face, and then you have to build up quite a lot.
Yeah.
Or if you just do your eye makeup.
Mm.
And for someone that has like a little bit of problematic skin.
Yeah.
That's my words don't want to come out today.
Yeah.
Sometimes you emphasize too much.
Yes.
Or what you don't want to see.
Yeah.
So you start to get a little bit insecure or unsure.
Mm.
So it's nice to always like add a little bit of foundation. You cover up everything that you don't want to see, and then once you do your eye makeup, it's almost like everything just falls into place.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna leave like that.
That's also a good tip for like makeup artists who are doing their clients to always go in with like a even out the
because I
base, the complexion, start on the eyes.
A lot of people is it's quite daunting. If you have, some people are quite afraid to like show their blemish, and there's nothing wrong with that. We all have blemish.
Yeah.
And it's nothing wrong with that. But I think if you make that person feel as comfortable in front of you as possible, then it just makes your life easier. No?
Totally.
And then I'm gonna do, I don't know if they still do it, but I love this product. This was a collaboration with Norma Parkinson.
Oh, yes.
But the package is beautiful. And then it's got these two beautiful products. It's like cream.
It's a cream contour and a highlight.
So I'm gonna start a little bit just underneath the jawline. Cheekbone.
Yeah.
And then I like to go a little bit into the hairline, so you don't really like have that stops. Sometimes you do. That's why when you do with powders, I find like you get sometimes a little bit the hairline.
Yeah.
So with the cream, you can blend it a little bit, so it looks a little bit more natural. And then obviously you could suck your cheeks in to be easier, or you can just go for it if you're ready. And it's nice to bring a little bit down, so you like soften a little bit. If you have your hair up, it's good to add a little bit on the side of your neck, so it makes your neck look longer. I'm gonna do a little bit here. Then I like to go on top with the Film Star Bronzing Glow. That's another one of my favorite products, just to set it a little bit. I know, I wish they would bring back this product. It's incredible.
Mm-hmm. Do you like to go with creams for contouring first and then setting them with the powder?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess it depends. If someone wants something slightly more matte,
Yeah.
then I probably just go with the powder first.
Mm-hmm.
But then I always like to blend a little bit of cream on top.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more tricky, but it's possible to do. Because I think when you contour and highlight, it's nice to have a little bit of illumination into the skin.
Yeah.
Otherwise, everything becomes quite flat.
Mm.
And it's almost like the skin has no texture. And the good thing about all these new products they have now is that there's lots of creams. So it makes it much easier.
Yeah, there's lots of...
Because naturally, if you look at your skin on the light, it's got a slightly sheen.
Yeah.
It's not completely matte. So
Mm.
I always say that matte is a bit like a day with light and a
Mhm.
day with sunshine.
Yeah.
Because the sunshine just brightens everything,
Mm.
and that's what creams does to the skin. And then powders just
Yeah.
makes a little bit more dull and flat.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna use the Film Star Bronze and Glow. So I'm gonna use just with a bigger brush.
Yeah.
My hands are always full of product.
Yeah.
But I always like to dust away the excess before going into the skin.
Yeah.
That's sometimes when you get a little bit blotchy.
Yeah, sort of tapping off the excess, then going onto the skin. Yeah.
I like to bring into the T-zone a little bit. It's a little bit where the sunshine kind of
Yeah.
hits your skin in the summer.
Yeah.
So you have that glow.
So
And then
pretty.
I'm gonna use Spotlight from Charlotte Tilbury.
I love this spotlight. This product's amazing.
It's a great product.
Highlighted.
I like to go just with your finger first, just to build up a tiny bit.
Yeah. Just at the tops of the cheekbone. Yeah.
Yeah, this product is insane. It's great as an eyeshadow also.
Ah, just going in with it straight as an
Yeah.
eyeshadow.
If you don't want something just to brighten
Yeah,
your
wow.
eyelid. Because they set, so they stay on really well.
Mm.
They don't really move. It looks wet, but it doesn't really move.
Wow.
And then I'm gonna do
So
a little bit of bridge of the nose. I always like a little bit in the middle of the forehead.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just buff a little bit with your finger. And then Cupid bow. A little bit on the chin. And if you want, you could contour just a tiny bit with the darker one. I would use a powder.
Powder to contour. Yeah, to
I
contour
think
the
it
nose.
stays nicer. And then just a little bit of the highlighting of powder.
Setting with the
Yeah,
powder
just to give a
to
little bit.
highlighter.
It sets quite good, but
Yeah.
it just adds a little
It's nice to sort of lock it in.
Dimension,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
into the skin.
Amazing.
So I'm gonna do the lip now. I'm gonna do Pillow Talk.
Yeah.
It's the lip liner.
Charlotte Tilbury Pillow
Because
Talk,
it's
my fave.
It's a great. It's great to define your lip. It looks so natural. I always kind of like start from the outside and make my way up into the cupid bow. And then I do underneath also. I think sometimes for some people you can make them smile a little bit. It becomes easier to define. And then I'm just gonna go all over as a base.
Such a nice lip liner.
It's beautiful.
You could wear it on its own as well. It's so pretty.
And then I'm just gonna use a little bit of Very Victoria. I'm gonna keep the lips quite nude, but not like a pale, a little bit warmer. Because I think the eye, it's like the focus.
Very Victoria is such a nice lip colour.
It's a pretty colour.
Yeah. So pretty.
And then I'm gonna use the same. Just dab a little bit on the cheekbone. Just to add a little bit of color.
I love that, using the lipstick as your cheek color as well.
I know.
So it connects the two.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
And then sometimes I find if you put too much blusher, it just takes over everything.
Yeah. No, I like that.
So it's nice to keep a bit softer.
And you get a product 2 for 1.
And 2 for 1.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's on the eyelid is quite good.
Yeah.
I think. You can multitask with some of the
Exactly.
products. Makes it easier.
That's right.
And then I'm just gonna brighten a little bit underneath the eyes. I think.
Looks so good.
Okay. I'm just gonna use Retoucher number 1. If you look up, I'm just gonna go right into the inner corner. So I always like to leave this for the end. Only because when you do your eyes or when you use anything, sometimes something falls out.
Yeah.
So like this, you can clean up easily. And that's one of the reasons I don't like to powder the face.
Because you might go back in
so
again.
you might go back again, and this is
with
the
the cream
easier way
product.
to clean.
Yeah.
And then I'm just gonna use my finger, like dab it. can't believe we're in Central London. It's so quiet. No?
No, it's so cool.
It's nice. And then I'm gonna use a little bit of Airbrush Flawless Finish just to set a little bit. I think I'm gonna use number 1. Airbrush Flawless Finish is one of my favorite powders.
Yeah, it's such a gorgeous powder. And you're using number 2?
I'm gonna use number 2. I think it's better.
Okay. Number 2.
Because we already brighten.
Yeah.
With so it's not too
setting
bright.
with number 2.
And this is Laguna from NARS.
Classic bronzer, love it.
Love it. One of my. It's like an old school bronzer.
Yeah.
Always does the job.
I know. I think I've had it for like the last 15 years, 20 years.
Laguna is a great bronzer. And then maybe just do a tiny bit of gloss on the lips, I think. Just so it's not
Finish off with a
so
bit of gloss. And yeah, gloss is kind of making its way back, isn't it? Gloss on the lips.
Yeah,
For a moment it was all about matte lips, now it's gloss on the lips.
I think gloss is quite good. But sometimes you can just put a little bit of lip balm on
This
top.
is true, lip balm.
It's quite good. If you don't want it to be like too glossy.
Yeah.
Can't even think it's Hall of Fame from Charlotte
yeah.
Tilbury. The letters are so small. and I'm just gonna dab a little bit on the center. Doesn't need to go all over. Just to add a little bit of sheen.
Yes, that
No?
looks good, yeah.
I think so. And then I think that's the one. Yeah. I'm gonna use. I think this is called Perfect Brow from Charlotte Tilbury. Just to hold them in together. And then I always like to spray a little bit of L'Oreal. It's like the setting spray.
Ah yes, the
I carry
L'Oreal
with
Net
me.
spray, the hairspray.
So then they don't move.
You're gonna stay right in place with that.
I think this is my perfect brow product.
Yeah.
It's like an old school. Old school never goes wrong, right?
No, exactly.
Always stays. And
Yeah.
I think we're done.
We're done.
I think it's beautiful.
Amazing.
No?
That looks incredible. Thank you so much.
You can spray a little bit of Urban Decay. It's called All Nighter.
The all-nighter.
So you can. I think it's a great setting spray. And then we're done.
Done. That looks amazing.
Which is great.
Looks so good. Wow.
Yeah.
That's
And
incredible.
It's crazy because the light here is quite bright.
Yeah. Yes,
And
exactly.
today's a great day to do that.
Yeah. Beautiful.
It's pretty.
Thank
So
you.
you have like a sultry, smoky eye, but it's not like too strong.
Yes.
It's still quite wearable.
It is. It's
For
definitely.
daytime, for you can go out.
Yeah.
You could build up a little bit more, but I think it's pretty just like that.
That's gorgeous. The skin's amazing. The
Yeah.
eyes are beautiful. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.